Okay guys, welcome to another video. This is going to be Jill, Ultimate Bass Meta build for Jill this time. As you can see, she's all about damage and combats in general. However, killing creatures is not meta, so our build is not going to be focused on killing creatures. She's really, besides killing creatures, one thing she's good at is rushing. Okay, rushing is meta in fact. It's something that she does best than any other character in the game because she just has the speed, the dodging, and everything. So that's what we're gonna be banking on here for the meta. Okay. Now as far as you could totally use the rocket launcher here. These two would be the best option, but the rocket launcher, I don't know, it takes too long to charge, and you could totally use this to get an objective though. But because you're using so rarely, I don't feel like it's that worth it. Considering the equipment we're going to be using, as you'll see. And so I just rather use the hot dodger, which it actually is useful on the objectives as well, as you're going to see me, especially on area 1. You're going to see me doing on the gameplay soon in the video here. And it has a very low cooldown, so we'll be able to capitalize on another passive skill that you're going to see here moving forward. So as far as the dash, we're going to be using this one. Temporarily increases the movement speed because, again, we're focusing on the rush here, the speed. I would totally use the shortened cooldown, would be nice as well, but I want that extra speed for. I'll definitely trade the time for the extra speed. So you can be more. You can like get inside the room and get out faster. You can dodge the zombies better as well because you're moving faster with this. So that's why it's better, I think. And again, we're not going for damage, so that's why we're not going to be using Alpha Team here, but we're going for the dash. More meta than killing creatures is ignoring the creatures and rushing the objective. Now, this is why we're using the hot dodger here. So, not just that the hot dodger itself actually is useful for ignoring the creatures, as you'll see in the gameplay, like I mentioned, but also because it has a low cooldown, we can use this skill more often, this passive skill, which only activates when you're actually fully charged on the ability. Now, there's really two options here. It really depends on your team, I would say. The best meta option for this passive. It really depends on the team you're running. So I would say adapt instead of giving you a first single option here. I would say just adapt to whatever you're going for. So for example, if you have a Tyrone in your team and he's already playing Doctor Tyrone, you don't need to be medic. Here it would be just a waste. And you might not even need to use the master key, for example, here if you have a Tyrone that's already doing that for you with his kicking skill. If you watch my Tyrone meta build, he already covers both of these in a single build. So these two would be kind of useless if you already have a Tyrone that way. Although because you have the speed, sometimes you're actually running alone by yourself, ahead of your team, and having the master key will help you get inside and outside the rooms faster. Because of that, okay. So it is actually a pretty good option here also. Especially if you do not have a Tyrone in your team, then definitely go with Master Key because then you're just gonna be countering every kind of door you can see in the way. Okay, so if you don't have a Tyrone, then absolutely go with Master Key out of these options here. And if you do have a Tyrone, and you know he's playing Medic, and you also have a Val, for example, then this might not be too useful. You might maybe want to go Medic or counter surveillance here, so you can help Jan destroy the cameras. Okay, if you're playing like a Nikolai, for example, that would be really good. If you're playing like a Nikolai and there's already a Tyrone in the team, counter surveillance here would probably be the better option out of all of them. Okay. Breakaway, you're not going to really need it because we're already going to be using the hot dodger for this, as you see in the gameplay. So breakaway is really not needed. It's just really a question of these three here. If you don't have a Val, for example, neither a Tyrone in the team, then you probably want to run Medic. Okay, that would be the best option at that point, so you can hear your teammates. Because on the equipment, we already have something that does help with the doors if you're not using Master Key in particular. But yeah, those mostly would be just Master Key and counter surveillance, okay? If you have a Tyrone, then counter surveillance. If you don't have a Tyrone, then Master Key. If you have a Tyrone that you know is using the thing to open doors, okay? The kicking ability. I usually go with the Master Key here. And finally, the last passive skill we're going to be using Target Acquire. So it decreases the cooldown of your fever skill there when you're shooting with the reticle fully focused. And we're also going to be using the Matilda a lot for this because the Matilda is the weapon that focuses the reticle faster. So that's going to help us bank on this even more. The Raiden is also the Raiden. I'm not sure how you pronounce. The shock weapon there is also really good for focusing the aim, but it has like a 4-second cooldown between shots, so the Matilda is going to be more efficient for this thing. And again, this is very low cooldown, so if we happen to use it by combining with this after, it's going to recharge it very fast. Okay. Um, and yeah, this is really just mostly for damage, so we don't need this. We're going to be using we want to have this active all the time, so that's why we're using this. Now, finally moving to the skills, sorry, the equipment. Again, Jill is all about rushing, so we're going to be using USBs. At least, you want to have at least 2 USBs here, okay? You could totally go with 3 as well if you want to, like this. And with 3 like this, you're going to be doing the thing in like 1 second. I'm not even joking. It's pretty stupid how fast it is. And if you happen to play a Spencer that's using like a camera build or something for the terminals, this will counter the shit out of him as well. So you actually won't be an issue for you, okay? So that's why we're going to be using these 3. And the spray, because it's meta, you could totally go like 4, like here if you want to. That would be totally overkill, but this is going to be pretty much instant, which is actually really good. It is meta to do the objective that fast, because the terminal is also a way the masterminds in particular that use guns, they take a lot of time out of you on area 2. If you're just rushing through area 1 and 2 like that, you pretty much guarantee area 3 for free. You know, you're winning the game a lot by doing the objectives that fast. And it counters most of the strategy like that masterminds use on terminal. Not most, like literally all strategies really, by having the USB here. So it's very crucial. Not just that, but it doesn't give the mastermind time to set up, you know, because you're moving so fast and you're just like one tapping the terminals. The mastermind barely has time to like spawn creatures or things like that nature, you know. So it's really good for that reason. But I think it's a bit too much using 4, so I just go with the spray here, which again is meta because especially if you go down, for example, yourself, since you're mostly going to be running alone sometimes, and so the mastermind can so you could drop this to your teammates so they can hear you in case you go down, or you can use this to hit your teammates, which is pretty. I cannot mention enough. I mentioned all my videos how OP the spray is. Okay, so you can just like instantly get rid of the pressure of the mastermind by just using the spray, like one tapping the healing the survivor, especially if Val go down or someone important, a crucial situation where people go down, you can just pick them up instantly. That is insanely meta, and it was literally win you games by having the spray here. Okay, so definitely why the spray is there. Now the spray again, like it's kind of guaranteed, and you're already going to be using 2 USBs. Okay, that's not changeable. So it's really just a 4th spark that is the real question. And you can see this one. This has a moderately effect of that this one do already built in it on top of slightly increasing the damage to doors. So with this slightly, you can open level 1 doors in only 1 shoulder barge. So it will make things faster, especially if you're running alone and you want to get away from the room quickly, trying to avoid the zombies and whatnot. But if you're using Master Key, this is really not going to come into play that much. But if you're not using Master Key, using Counter Surveillance, for example, then this will actually help you with the doors as well. Okay. And again, this would be like the build, for example. If you want to use 3, it would be this right here, and your USB is going to be like 1 second. You're tapping the terminals. It's pretty crazy. And if you do not want to use 3, a few of the options that I like to use here instead is you could I don't think it's best, but you could also not use the spray, and then you have 2 slots free essentially. And what I like to use for these slots, it's either energy drink here, so you'd be using this all the time by using the dash, because this gives you movement speed, and because you're going to be using this so frequently, you don't have to be using things like this, for example, that most Jews use to increase the movement speed. You don't need this because you're because of the energy drink, you're already using this so all the time, so you already have this constant speed as if you're using the equipment, you know what I mean? And another option would be to actually use 2 of these together. This is really like maximizing the speed to the point where you're mostly going to be running alone on the map, which is I don't think is a very good idea, because if the mastermind is good, he's going to use the fact that you're running alone to down you, and that's going to work against your team. But if you combine this too, especially with the dash, like your speed is insane. Like usually you can get to the objectives before the mastermind even spawns the creatures. You know what I mean? That's insanely meta. However, it is high risk, high reward, because you're essentially alone by yourself, and remember you're also going to be opening doors faster because of this and Master Key on top of the speed. So you're just like zooming through the map and through the objectives combining with USB as well. However, like I mentioned, this is a high risk, high reward because he can use that against you by focusing you down because you're alone. You have no one to protect you from biting, things of that nature. Guns, he can immobilize you and shoot you with a machine gun. And you're essentially free down because you're alone. So it is high risk, high reward. That's why I don't like to focus this much on the speed. I just leave my passive here to do the speed for me. But I would totally, if you want to do that, I would totally recommend using the this right here, the energy drink. And if you want, you could try using maybe just one here for the extra speed. Okay, like if you want to use the spree here, for example, and you just have one for extra speed. That way, you're going to be also insanely fast, and this also gives you a bit of knockback, as you see there, so it will be easy to avoid the creatures as well, because you just one-shot him to get him knocked back, and while they're stunned, you just go, run past them with your extra speed. The extra speed here does help you avoid the creatures as well, as you're kind of running around them. But yeah, I normally don't run this at all. This is kind of my main default here, and what I would recommend. And you just mess with this one if you want to switch it. Like I would either use like I mentioned, this thing right here, the energy drink, or another USB, or if you want to go a bit extra movement, then we use this instead. Okay, so this is what I would mess around with, and what I recommend you guys. So yeah, guys, that's the build for Jill, the meta one. Now let's get to the games, and you'll be able to see this in action and how much it influences the game, including the spray. I think that was a few matches you see the spray actually helped. But yeah, guys, let's see you guys there. Yo, what's going on, guys? So
because I have 3 USBs.
I have 2 matches here for you guys. Now, some of these matches I was playing with other people, so there's some commentary we were talking over. I'll let you guys hear as we were talking, and I will just like step in to make a a point during the game. Okay, so I'll let you guys enjoy it. I'll just give you the important notes as we go along.
Werden Sie es öffnen können, bevor Sie sterben? Ich denke nicht.
Daneben.
Trap there. Be careful.
So you see here, particular, I
for
bought the
opening
quick
doors
draw.
faster.
Normally, I would just go with the M up. I really want to get the Matilda because that's the one's gonna help you with the reticle centering,
The
like I mentioned in the
rush
intro there. We're all talking here, but
Yeah, I hate those too, but
Oh,
hate to admit it is
I think only
effective.
Pyramid is the one that has the mic allowed here on the recording, so he probably only
I'm
really
just gonna
listening to
dash
him.
through.
But I am talking with all 4 of them here. We are, right? And you see right there the dodging. This is what I mean, like how you play her. You really just want to ignore the creatures and get the objective. That's the meta. And you see it's already recharged again, so in this next area I can already use it. And you see if I have the master key there
Fuck,
charged
I don't
already, I
have
could have
space.
opened that a little faster.
Oh my god, this guy has a mod for the IVs.
But even if I don't have the master key, I have that other button there on the my equipment that allows me to
There's
slightly
only
open the
one
doors faster as well.
inside there.
And you see like just like
I
that.
actually have to
You don't
grab
have
a
to kill the
torch
creatures.
and-
You can tell like this would have taken a lot longer in terms of time if I actually had stopped to
Guys,
kill
who's
every single
grabbing a
creature that
torch?
was there.
Me?
And again, there's my my blue warp, so it's
Not
all good.
me. Not me. I'm the not me. I have a gun in my hand.
And you
I
see
can
the
get
speed
the
as well from the
torch.
dashing. In this match in particular, I'm pretty sure I was using energy drink, like I showed you guys in the intro. So you can see
I'll
how
get it,
often,
don't
how
worry.
quickly my
I'm joking,
my
I'm
dash is
fucking-
charging. Pretty much by the end of the bonus speed, I already have it again. So I can just keep like constantly having that speed as if I was using 2 equipments for speed. So yeah, I think I was.
Ultra!
You can see I have the spray there as well.
Ultra, how many do you have?
I don't know if this match is gonna come easier again, dodging the creatures to get the objective or not. That is a very meta. It's like way faster
Let me
doing
open
this
it,
than
let me
actually
open it.
stopping to kill every single creature. And you see right there the master key. We don't have a Tyrone in the game, so Jill is doing the door opening. You can see how master key helped us right there, avoiding the spawn of the creatures and everything there. And see, I hope you noticed that, but we did this in terms of time. We did this area in only 1 minute because we started 5. It's 4 minutes and we're going to the next area already. That's mostly just because of me as Joe, because I did the objective so fast.
Mach mich nicht an.
Faszinierende Ergebnisse. Weiter so.
Watch what?
Now in this case, you see, the reason why I bought the torch in this match in particular is just because of we could
have
tell
a
he
I
was
razor.
need
using a
one. Give me that.
we could tell he was using an Ivy build, so that's why I bought the torch. Okay, so
How do you
I
get
would be
two
the
from
one
that
to
one?
kill those. And you see, I bought a yellow herbs there as well. That's just for me to give to
Those-
Val
That was dumb
because I
as
have
fuck.
money for that. So I'm just gonna buy
Okay.
and
I'll
give
buy you.
my
I'll buy you yellow next one, Ultra. I promise.
and give my yellows to Val. And now again, we're gonna find that guy with my speed and try
Okay,
to
I can't
do
do
the
that.
objective
No,
faster,
don't,
especially with
don't.
our USB. And you see right there again, the master key comes into play a lot. Passive skill.
There's a yellow in the middle of the map.
Die Tür ist verschlossen.
Ooh, yellow. Thank you.
Zurück, Leute. Ich bin
You can let that Ivy
ausgebildete
come to us.
Türöffnerin.
He has the vulnerability anchor.
Yeah.
Na dann. Hier muss es doch was Nützliches geben.
Oh wait, it's run out.
I will just stun the thing and I'll kill it.
Genau wie eine Motte vom Licht werden auch Sie davon angezogen.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
I have the torch.
So you see right there the reason why I bought the torch. And you see again how sprays make a difference in the match if you
I
have
got
them.
him.
Wir haben heute
Camera.
Like he gets no pressure out of that because we just
Can
instantly
someone take the key card?
pick the other up. You know, it's pretty overpowered.
Die Infektion wird schlimmer. Wenn's hier ist, finde ich's.
Bruh. I didn't meant to take that here.
Schalte die Kamera aus.
Right, where's the
So he gave me he gave me the key because he knows I'm using the USB. I think I'm using two USBs here, as you can see, the greatly and the moderately, and you can see he's already pretty fast.
schaffen Sie auch nur
Like he barely has any time to react to it. It's like what 2 seconds, maybe 3. You know, it's
Time
pretty
out.
much nothing.
yo the
If he uses more USBs, it's gonna be like 1 second, pretty much instant. But you know, you can see like you don't really need that much speed. So that's why I think only 2 is enough USB if you wanna,
None of them
you know,
make
and the
yellow,
rest
so
you
I
can use
don't want
sprays
them.
and energy drinking and whatnot.
Okay, there's one here. Where's the other one? This is too full of fucking.
Are they just one in this little room over there? Ooh!
Sie wiederholen
No.
das Muster bis zum Tod.
Daneben.
Wie Ratten.
I got it.
5 yellows? Dude. I'm about to wreck these cores if we get to the third area.
Need help here.
Vielleicht kann ich was finden.
Hold up.
I can just dash through. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, give me more help. Open the door, just open the door.
Let me open it. Let me
Alright,
open it. Let me open
go
it.
ahead.
And you see again right there, another benefit with the master key, just like Tyrone, she doesn't barge through the door as she's opening it. So, cause you know what happens like when you barge through the door and the zombie just grabs you for free or something like that.
Hitting it.
Weiter.
You can completely avoid that if you have a Tyrone or a
Oh, you
Mastermind key
pussy
like this.
fat!
Master key, because she just opens it, but she doesn't throws her body inside the room, so you
Oof,
don't
that's
get
a
like
great-
free
that's a
damage.
great-
You know.
Verschlossen sein.
I'm so fucked.
Weg mit der Kamera.
Let me open it.
Das ist alles.
Guys! Alright, guys, it's time for the mortal sim. Now it just means I can have 8 yellows now.
Are you using the limit breaker?
You have 3? That's good for you. You got 3. Hold up. I'm gonna give you a clap. Good for you. You want a turkey?
Nicht zu früh.
Are you using the limit breaker?
Fallen auf Sie.
Yep. With good builds.
All right, I'll buy yellow. Anyone needs yellow?
Ultra definitely needs yellow. Ultra definitely needs yellow. Yeah. Me. Give me some yellows. Give me some yellows, please.
I have 2
Give me,
flashbangs too.
give me yellow, please. You can suck it. Thank you.
Muss es doch was Nützliches geben.
I have 3 flashes. We can just stun them and then Samuel goes for the thing. Get the camera, Jen,
Das wird dir gefallen. Glotz mich nicht so an.
please.
Oh Mann, dafür hast du echt was gut bei mir. Ole! Echt. Du bist erledigt.
Oh yes.
You see right there. You see how he's the hot dodger? That's when in a
Where's
scenario like
Samuel?
that where
Where's
the dodge
Samuel?
is not enough because there's so many creatures. That's when you pop the hot dodger. So in case they grab you,
That shit.
you can still avoid the grab from happening and keep going. You know, ignoring the creatures.
fucking
And one thing to
asshole.
mention, USB actually affects this map in particular when opening the cores like that. The USB will allow you to open the core faster. Okay.
Das ist nur ein Anfang.
Sam is a god by doing this. Bro, we have to go all the way around. That's so stupid.
Agree. He just wasted his Ivy there.
I only have 3 yellows now.
Anyone has a blue?
Yeah, I'm good.
Konzentrieren wir uns darauf, hier rauszukommen.
Wait, oh wait, you need a blue?
Yeah.
Here. Here, I can give you 2. I can give you 2 here.
I just
give
need
me 2.
1, and I'll give you back.
Wait, how many yellows do you have?
Denke, ich kann weitermachen. Netter Versuch. Aber nicht sehr nett.
Where is it?
Oh my god, this build is so fun.
Sehen ab.
Goodie bag, my best friend.
Need
y'all
a
can have
gen
that.
here. There's a yellow here, by the way, where I am.
Mir geht's
You can.
nicht. Ole!
Where's Jen?
Bin bereit. Nicht mal nah dran.
Die Finger des Todes strecken sich nach ihnen
I'll get it. What, do you have the spray valve? Or...
Geben Sie
There you
sich ihm hin.
fucking is my mistake.
I want to be fully healed, game. I just.
You see right there how we're ignoring the creatures, and with USB I can open that thing like pretty much instantly. And you see that case, I had the spray to heal him, but Val had her power ready, so it wasn't
it, just
necessary.
open it,
But you
just
can
open it,
tell,
USB,
like,
just
if
open
we
it.
didn't have a Val, or she wasn't there, how my spray would have
Wait,
made a
USB
difference
affects
right there.
this? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it does. It affects that.
That is interesting.
I don't care. I'll take the bite, bitch.
Yeah, one more strike and it's done.
So nah und doch so fern.
Open it.
Dude, it's so fast with
Die
USB.
Kamera aus.
Wait, can you scan it? And then it's happening anyway. Okay, since we destroyed cores. Wait, hold up. Also, where are you?
Licht aus.
Where are you?
Hau rein.
Here. I'll give you 2 because I have 3. So yeah, I'll give you 2. There, I'm being nice to you. You're welcome.
Ivy.
Ich bin infiziert.
See, in this case, my torch would have made a difference there, but he already had the flamethrower, so it wasn't
There's another
necessary.
one here at the exit.
Are you fucking asshole?
Hecke. Nicht spannen.
Der Geschmack verlorener Hoffnung.
You can use your hot dodger as well if you want to kill the Ivies. If you don't know that, because the hot dodger is fire, so if you hit him with it, you will kill the Ivy eventually.
Ich glaube, die Kamera ist aus. Einsatzbereit.
No cameras. Feels bad.
Wow.
And Mastermind DC right there.
Frechheit!
So you can see right there, it was a good example of the most of the things that I mentioned in the intro builder coming into play.
Ah, bonjour,
Now this
meine
match,
Freunde.
I
Das
believe I
Rad
was
des
also in a
Schicksals, es
squad, but
führte euch an
we're not
einen
actually
seltsamen
talking.
Ort, nicht wahr? Werdet ihr ihn
Maybe
verlassen
the
oder
Bacca is a
nicht?
random, but the other
Dein
two,
Akzent wird mich nicht
they
davon
were with me
abhalten,
for
dich
sure.
zu töten.
This one I think would be a great example of the, this one I'm pretty sure I'm not using energy drink, but it would be a good
Was
example of
könnte dieses
the
seltsame Schloss öffnen?
hot
Würde
dodger
ich
and,
euch den
you know,
Schlüssel zur
how you play on area
Verfügung
1 in
stellen?
particular, I think.
Manchmal ist es einfacher, die Dinge selbst in die Hand
On
zu
area 2
nehmen.
probably
Ihr
was a good
versteht
example
schon.
too. So you see right there, just ignore the creatures. Right here I'm just shooting it so I can get the power to recharge, but you would just ignore
Wäre das
this if
etwas,
you're
was
not,
ihr braucht?
you know, the
Könnte ich
Jew.
es
And
euch
you see
dann
how much is
sagen?
already charged just because of the few shots I did there. So that's the only time I would stop to kill the creature. Not kill it, but you know, to charge
Er
power is in that
spürt
scenario
keinen
right there.
Schmerz.
And you see I got spray, so
Perfekte
now I think I have
Maschine
2
für den
already, which
Job.
should be pretty much more than enough for the entire game.
Wenn ich es richtig ange... Nicht mal nah dran.
Sucht, wo das zu gebrauchen ist.
Oh, and you see right
Der
there, just
Spaß
again
geht
ignoring the
weiter.
creatures.
Für mich jedenfalls.
Just gonna stop there the grabs from happening. And get the keys here and get
Bin
out.
bereit.
See, hot dodger is charged, so if the door is locked, I can also open it with a master key. So we can get out of there faster.
Schalte die Kamera
And you
aus.
see the speed as well. I believe I was probably using something for speed here on the equipment. Besides just the passive on the dash. It's right there, the master key coming into play. Dodging the creatures. You see, I'm so fast, you can barely hit me with the camera. It's pretty dumb.
So, war ja klar.
Again, master key. And you see, this is a perfect example of how you use the hot dodger.
Das ist keine sehr
You see, dash
effiziente
through,
Art, euer Leben
get the
zu
objective.
beenden.
So now my dodge is not charged, so this is when I use the hot dodger. So I can not get grabbed and again avoid the creatures.
Licht aus. Netter Versuch.
But see, that was a really good example right there. And you see, I was able to clear that room in like, what, 10 seconds? Because of these two abilities combined. Without pretty much losing any time. The only time I lost was really the infection, which is 5 seconds, but I can't avoid that. But
Vielleicht der
I
Tod.
didn't lose 15 seconds, I didn't take damage, nothing like that, you know, because of buying or whatnot.
Lasst uns sehen, wie weit ihr noch kommt.
And now again, simply I'm just gonna buy, kind of the strategy we do, I just buy I have enough money to do so, I just buy my yellow herbs to Val. She's the one using my meta build, you know. That I don't know if I already made the video on it, but I, you know, definitely will release that soon. On her meta build, she plays with the yellow herbs a lot. So yeah, that's the idea there. And the reason why I'm buying the steel bat is for area 3. I'm already setting up for that because you know, like Jan for example is really bad at destroying cores. So, you know, me as the Jill, I can do a better job. So that's why I have it there. I'm just really just using my money setting up for area 2. And in case I, for whatever reason, happen to need to kill a creature, and I don't want to use my gun, or it's better that I don't use my gun, I can use the steel bat as well, or this
So
area
ein
here too. You
hässliches
see, I just dodged the
Arschloch.
trap there as well. You can also dodge traps if you didn't know that.
Seht ihr, wozu ihr mich
Yeah, you
gezwungen
notice the trap
habt?
still went off, but it didn't
Egal.
lose any time
Es
on the
werden
clock.
noch viele weitere Blutlachen folgen.
And you can also use the dashing on the Mastermind. Sorry, the by weapons. And see, this is a good example of the difference that having a spray makes on the match. So you see, she would probably die here
Bereit.
if I don't have a spray because, you know, the Mr. X is right there, so no one can really stop to save her. But because I have the spray, I can do that. And my dashing too.
Perfekt. Weiter.
So you see, we just essentially saved 30 seconds right there. Now, this is this match, I don't know if it was a bit laggy, but I'm surprised it actually hit me right there, considering I dodged. But it's fine. But you see, still, we traded. Now she didn't die, but even though I die, I have, you know, my time is starting from scratch again, so there's probably enough. His timer on Mr. X is ending, so I'll probably be able to get healed here
Oh,
before
der starb so leicht. Nehmt euch seine
he comes back or
Schlüsselkarte.
anything of that nature. And the others are doing the objective while I'm here, you know. Even though I have the USB,
Vielen Dank.
you know, since I'm the one that's being pressured, it's better that they rush the objective while he's focusing on us here.
Der Stift des Schicksals schreibt dir eine letzte Zeile.
And you see, he seems to be using a bit of gun there, maybe. So he was able to get her down there. And you see this type of pressure, this is what you want to avoid. Like if I was USB, you know, I had the speed, this wouldn't be happening. I could just easily do the objective there much faster and not get down while doing so. So she realizes I have the USB, which is just good backup. So
Gute Arbeit.
she actually gave me the key there.
Meins, meins.
And you see the
Vielleicht
speed.
ist
This,
dann
yeah,
ein
this is
Kern
probably, I was
dieser
probably using
Sprengfalle.
3 USBs right here. And you can tell the speed there. It's pretty much
Vielleicht
instant.
kann ich was finden.
Like the Mastermind has like pretty much no reaction to stopping him. Even like she pretty much does the objective faster than he can set up a gun essentially. So it's really hard for him to counter this.
Ich mag
Vom
See right there,
vielen
for
Zuschauen
instance.
kann ich nicht mehr sitzen.
Ole.
Especially if it's a Spencer and he's using
Es
the
ist vorbei.
extra timer there.
Öffne die Tür und ich mach's kurz.
See again, I was trying to use master key there, but he
Mit
stopped me.
Hut und Trenchcoat. So stirbt es
So
sich
I'm gonna
mit
go
Stil,
around here
was?
with my speed from the dashing and whatnot. I was probably using 3 USBs and the spray this match right here. It's what it looks like on my equipments there. Or maybe if I was not using the spray, because that spray I think I picked up from the map, then I was probably using movement speed, the skateboard there.
Los, das ist
You see, if I had energy drink
Sind
here,
wir
my
durch?
my dash would have been
Mehr
ready
Essen für die
in time to avoid
Untoten
him.
hier. Wir haben sie
Stuck there,
hungern
can't move.
lassen. Nur für alle Fälle.
If it was a zombie, I could have just used the hot dodger there in the absence of my dash to avoid the situation.
netter Versuch.
And you see, the eye's never catching up at this point. I don't have a green herb, but yeah, that was a good example of you know, all the powers in the build.
Ich hab ein erste
Now, right there, I was hoping I would get my dash back in time, but I couldn't. So you see how energy drink actually kind of helps with the dashing. And you see again the spray plays.
Danke.
Like I mean, it's pretty overpowered when you have this. You see, like he can never gain pressure out
Guter
of downing
Schuss.
people because of the sprays.
Perfekt.
So not just you, but if your team is using those as well, is very, very, very strong, very overpowered. There's nothing Mastermind can do to really counter it.
Sehr nett von dir.
So again, here just setting up for area 3, getting the repair kits, because I'll be using that to destroy the core. I usually don't buy the little hammer thing, the sledgehammer, because it's too slow. You know, the Geo excels more with the bat because it has the faster animation. She does, you know,
Ihr
more hits in
kämpft
less time.
weiter. Und die Verderbtheit des Spiels geht tiefer. Das ist gut für mich.
So see, I have ammo, I have
wie
repair
es
kits.
endet.
Pretty much don't need to buy anything here. I think this guy was using, this Mastermind was using the infinite Mr. X build, it seems, because he's barely spawning creatures.
Hierher,
Looks like
los.
he's just doing the infinite Mastermind Mr. X build. See, I dropped the green there. Sorry,
Da hast du's.
the yellow again for Val there. I think he's actually going to use Mr. X here again already. Definitely using the infinite Mr. X
Wieso
build.
gibt's hier so viele Türen?
You see Master Key again coming into play here. And I can just dodge
Hier
him
muss es doch
here
was
with my
Nützliches
dash.
geben.
Once it is
Nicht mal nach
charged, there you
Hör
go.
auf mich zu verfolgen.
There goes Mr. X also.
Hier kommt Trench.
I'm gonna focus on the objective. I don't care about him. Right, I think it was a bit of a mistake here, but I wasn't hoping he would get this fast here, so I was not even looking backwards. But yeah, should have paid a bit more attention, especially Val 2 going down. That's kind of bad. But because of how we played the last, you know, the sprays on the other areas, you know, how I did the objective fast and all those things, they benefit us with the time, as you can see. So even if we do go down here, we still have like plenty of time to pretty much win this game. But that's not by accident. That's not because we were killing creatures. If you know what I mean, it's just because you're just rushing and doing the objective, which is what I say. It is the actual meta. It's not really killing
Du
creatures.
hast das Chaos nicht
You just
gewollt.
want to ignore them.
Doch wenigstens hast du es gesehen.
I just
Gut
really
gemacht.
focus on the objective. Since we both died there, but still so much time on the clock.
Alle meine Weichen haben dich hergeführt.
He's definitely using Mr. X
Du
build.
bist verloren.
Definitely has some duration equipments there as well, because Mr. X is lasting a long time when he uses it. I don't think he's playing it properly though. He's just ignoring. He should be focusing on us to on the objective. So I don't say he's playing too well here, because I did a video on this build already that he's using,
Das war
my
knapp.
best version of that, but It's not just having Mr. X on the map, it's also how you play him makes a big difference if you win the game or not. Especially against good survivors.
Aber nur ein bisschen.
Okay, so now easier again, like I mentioned, using the still bad for the core. How it's already paying, how I set up earlier is already paying off now. So just moving on to the next core here. So we can break it. I mean, I already know he doesn't have creatures, so unless he pulls a Mr. X again, he pretty much has no defense against stuff here. He's trying to dodge there, but the dodge even kind of came out, but it didn't register. So he's probably about to use Mr. X soon here. I'm surprised he's using dogs and do shit like that. It's a little wide. Because I made a video on this build, like I mentioned, doesn't seem like he's using the optimal version of it. I don't destroy the core yet. So you see what I mean? Like if that spray that I used earlier on, I think it was Jan. I'm pretty sure it was the spray that I picked up on the area 1. You can imagine if I had 2 sprays for actually bringing another spray for my equipment, I will still have another spray ready here to be used in case we need it. So you can see how it would make a big difference on us being able to, not go down and die here. There goes the second core. Again, here I kind of didn't see him coming. I should have dashed there, just like before in the previous core. Just a few mistakes, but again, like sprays, man, sprays. I'm telling you, like even if I don't have it, if my team has them as well, these situations are no issue. I'm not sure if she has. Oh, she might has the power too. Yeah. So on top of the sprays, you also have Val's power, so it's really hard for him to build pressure. Off killing people, downing him, right in this case. So you see again what I mean. Like if I had the spray, if I had bring the spray on the equipment, I would have another one here ready to use. Oh, this particular case, because he doesn't have creatures, we can heal normally. But if he did, yes, that's when the spray would make a difference. So final core timer is kind of running out, so we gotta hurry up here. Although it does seem pretty safe here for us to go to still win this. Picking up the grenade here just to clear up the room. As you can see there. Jen went down again, sprays, remember? Can't tell that enough. So again, I'm focusing on the core because I'm the one with the most power here to destroy the core, not so much Val and Jen. Becca too, she's a good first destroy the core with me. And just like that goes the core to halftime. He's probably going to use Mr. X again soon. Now the other reason why I stopped to kill that dog here, that is because it was a really easy kill. Just like a one shot, so not wasting that much time. You see he's running after me, so you see how I kind of hit there to avoid it. And at this point it really doesn't matter if I go down because I already pressed that door, so they really just have to avoid him for like just to feel, which shouldn't be too hard to do, just to ignore him for a bit longer, and yeah, we pretty much win, no issue. But this match was a good example of the difference the sprays make, I would say. You could even argue that we would not have like won this match without the sprays. I'm surprised he didn't hit Becca there. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he thought it would be better to focus on Val because she was the healing. I don't know. You see again the spray saving the day. Now this spray in particular I think I picked up from the map again, but like I mentioned, if I did bring one in my equipments, I would have one extra that I didn't use this entire game. She went down again, I don't know how. Not that it matters though. His time is definitely about to run out. But see, he's not playing too smart. He's just kind of letting us save each other. This. And GG, there you go. So yeah, guys, that's the Jill build. Pretty sure you guys can see everything in action there. And yeah, just meta build is how you win most of your games. Meta is really just stands for winning. So if you want to use the best build for winning often, this is what I would recommend. So take care. See you guys in the next one.